technical reason that floating LNG works very well in Equatorial Guinea is because of the very benign meta-ocean conditions. So it's a very, very calm waters that minimizes the amount of downtime that we might incur when we have side-by-side offloading of LNG to LNG carriers in open oceans. So again, if you were to actually step back and screen the world for places to do floating LNG, you would actually always end up in the Gulf of Guinea and Equatorial Guinea. And so that's why it works technically and why it works commercially. What we've been able to do over the last 12 months is being brave enough to move forwards with our strategy for looking forward to developing the project. We've been able to take the opportunity to drive down the costs of development. We've actually halved our estimated capital costs to first gas, and we're now looking at an investment in the upstream from FID to first LNG of on the order of $400 to $450 million. And a perspective on that is that that $400 to $450 million will deliver the equivalent of 60,000 barrels a day of production for an investment horizon of 8 to 10 years of plateau life before that investment even starts to decline. So that makes it incredibly economic. I think maybe the last thing to comment on, we all understand that it's a very difficult LNG market today, at least in the eyes of those of us that know everything about LNG and the future of LNG. It is apparently a very difficult market. But one of the things that we found with the Fortuna project is that our break-even costs to first gas or for the gas production are so low that we've found that the project is very attractive to the gas buyers. In November, we had signed 7 heads of agreements with a very credible set of buyers that essentially gave us more than 3 times the offtake that we were going to deliver for the project. And we've been working with the government over the last 5 months to whittle that down to where we have now 3 buyers that we're looking at, who all bring different merits and strengths in their offers for the project. But it's not a situation where we see that we are restricted on or being controlled by gas marketing as our way forward. In fact, it's very much the opposite. And I think that's a lot to do, again, with the scale of the project. At 2.2 million tonnes per annum, that's a much more scalable project to put into the marketplace today than, say, some of the challenges felt in Mozambique. And we have assets in Tanzania where large multi-train LNG projects are very difficult to put into the market today until we have more certainty about where the market is.
So maybe just one final question before we wrap up again for you, Bill. You touched on the challenging nature of the market, certainly a challenging one for companies to be taking FID at the moment. You've said to the market that as Ophir you're hoping to take FID by year end. How are you feeling about that given the current prevailing circumstances?
Yeah, I was reminded myself this morning as I was eating my cornflakes that a year ago we'd actually targeted this particular meeting as a potential first opportunity for taking FID on the Fortuna project, as we knew that His Excellency was going to be in London, and we thought this would be a good target for us to achieve. And we certainly are ready from a technical point of view to make FID. We could do that tomorrow. And what we found is that we've taken the opportunity to extend FID out to the end to the fourth quarter of this year, to give us the opportunity to fix the uncertainty in the funding of the project, not from an upstream perspective, but certainly more from a midstream perspective. It is a challenging environment, and the need to essentially deploy on the order of $2 billion worth of capital to make the project economic, to make the project go ahead, even though it's extremely economic, requires a little bit more time for us to do that. But we're confident that that can be achieved. As I say, we've made the project very robust, very economic. We've got attracted the right players to the marketplace to buy our gas molecules, and we have fantastic support from His Excellency and the government of Equatorial Guinea to move the project forwards. We just need a little bit of time to close out that final piece.
Thanks, Bill. Thanks, everyone. I'm conscious that we've run a few minutes over, so many thanks for your attention. Could I ask you all to join me in thanking our panellists today?